Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Andy in Singapore. If you haven't done so, I'd like you to consider subscribing to my channel because I need all the support that I can get from you. Thank you very much. In today's video, I'm going to finally review the Casio A700W. So why do I use the word finally? This is because I bought the watch way back in July last year. I did an unboxing video. I took some photos and soon after, this watch was left in the drawer until today. So in this video, I'm going to run through with you some of the reasons or the main reason why this watch has been left unworn and kept in the drawer for the past few months. The A700W was a model introduced by Casio in 2019. This model line, sort of a vintage digital watch model line, and it has a super slim case of 6mm. So for a digital watch, 6mm, I think it should be the thinnest digital watch in Casio's catalog. And sometime mid last year, they introduced a new facelift or two new colorways. We have the silver version, which is the A700WE, and we have the WG, which is the gold-plated version. So these two models are sort of a new colorway which features minimal text on the screen. I think this looks great, alright? And this is one of the main reasons why I purchased the watch. I watched Ben's video, Ben's Watch Club, the video footage, the photos, they look beautiful. So I got hooked onto this watch and I ordered the watch. I think in this new facelift, new colorway with the minimal text, this watch sort of becomes classier. It looks great, sort of like a good alternative to the digital PRX, which I was considering at that time. But with the 6mm thinness, I think this gives the watch the edge. And now with the lens slightly zoom in, let me run you through some of the key specifications of the watch. It's got a really small case size. The case here has a width of 32.8mm across, including all the buttons. It will be about 35.5mm, really small watch. Of course, we've got this thickness, which is 6mm, super slim case for a digital watch. So for size comparison, let me bring in some of the watches I have in my collection. First, we've got the PRX 35. Both watches are not the biggest, and you can tell that the A700W is actually a really tiny watch. So putting these two watches side by side, you can see the A700W is much smaller than a Casio Square. This is the GW5000, which itself is not an exactly big watch, but let's just take a look at the size difference here. And finally, we have a size comparison with the Casio Royale. Again, the Royale is not exactly a huge watch, and this just shows how small and how tiny the A700W is. So I think even children or ladies, they will consider wearing this watch because it really, fits a variety of wrist sizes. We've got the all resin constructed case, but we have a metal bracelet. So this is a cheap folded metal bracelet. It tapers from about 21 all the way down to about 15mm at the clasp area. We've got this clasp that is fully adjustable, so you don't have to unsize or resize the bracelet. You don't have to remove any links. All you need to do is, just pry open this flip lock here, and then you can do the adjustment along the bracelet. Right, so there will be a tail end hidden as you wear the watch this way. We've got a 3-button configuration. The top left button is for the light. You can see that there's this amber backlight. Bottom left is for toggling between the modes. So we have alarm, stopwatch. This is for time setting and back to timekeeping mode. And we've got the bottom right button, which is for toggling between 24-hour and 12-hour display. So for me, it's always 24-hour display. There are no official figures to the water resistance, so I would assume that by being water resistant, Casio mean that you can go swimming and washing your hands and it wouldn't be a problem. So the retail price for this version of the A700W is $75, and street price is around $60. So in terms of overall case build quality, I would say there's nothing much to shout about. This is, after all, a full resin case watch. Resin and plated to look like it is metal. But the finishing is not the best. It is a fingerprint or smudge magnet. As you can see, throughout this review, I've had to wipe off my fingerprints and the dust that accumulates easily on the screen. And the bracelet here is cheaply made, it's rattly, it's thin, and as a result, this watch weighs 50 grams. So with its metal bracelet and all that, it weighs only 50 grams. Now it is interesting to note that the A700W has a glass crystal. So this crystal is glass as opposed to many Casio digitals where the crystal is made of plastic, resin, alright, so it's plastic. But this one has a glass screen, and not too sure if this adds to the premium feel of the watch. In terms of dial design and the color combinations, I'm really loving this new minimal look as opposed to the first wave of A700 where they've got lots of prints, lots of wordings here and there all over the screen or the dial. Whatever you want to call this. For digital watches, I don't think there is actually a dial. It's more like a screen to me. I'm liking this new minimal text kind of thing. It is not plain, but it's not overly complicated. So I'm liking this look, this minimalist look. Very clean, elegant, classy looking. That's how I felt after I watched Ben's video. And now I'm going to share with you the main reason why I didn't wear this watch after I've unboxed it. So the main reason why I didn't wear this watch is because it looks very different in real. Alright, so when I look at the promotional photos, when I watch videos of other watch reviewers, I look at all the photos nicely taken with all the adjustment to the angles and all the lightings. I think the watch looks great. Looks classy, looks expensive, looks good, slim case, slim design, sleek. But in real, I feel that the watch looks very different. Alright, so case in point, I'm going to share. Just take a look at the watch right now. So as I move the watch, you can see all the reflection. You can see the lights. In my home, you can see the studio light. You can see the tripod. You can see my t-shirt. Can you see my beard? Right, you can see my hand stroking my beard. And the watch never looks like what it is in the promotional photos or at the website. So here's a look at the photos. Now these photos, they look great. They make you like the watch. So this is how the watch looks in real. So upon normal wearing, when you look at the watch, when you read the time, this is what you see. All sorts of reflections, fingerprints, smudge, dirt. I don't know. It looks very different from the promotional photos or the nicely framed stage photos. So once again, just take a look at the nasty reflections you're getting. So on paper, you're supposed to be buying a watch that is mirror-like, silver or chrome look. Looks classy and all that, but in real, you're getting all these reflections. And the watch almost never looks silver. There's always some sort of reflection. In this case would be my camera equipment, my phone camera. But in real life, when you're looking at the time, you're looking at your own face, your reflections, your clothes, your beard, your nose, whatever. And I think that's the main reason why I couldn't wear this watch. It just didn't feel right. So perhaps the black dial version, the first version of the A700W, the one with all the text and all that, with the black screen, that could be a better choice. Now all the reflections caused by the mirror-like finish is a shame because the watch wears really well. Just have a look at how it hugs the wrist. Very low profile, 6mm thickness. It actually looks great. So perhaps the black dial version will look much better. So to sum up my review, I think this could be a wrong color choice. Perhaps the black dial version will look much better without all the reflections, and you still get to enjoy the superb wearability of the super slim case. So there you have it. That was my full review of the Casio A700WE, the full silver mirror dial version. So tell me what you think in the comment section below if you agree with me on my assessments on this watch. This is Andy in Singapore. I'll see you next week for more watch reviews together with George, Rolly Poly Guys and Pixie. See you then. Bye bye.